Dortch. Giselle Rivera.
Okay.
Xavier Dunning.
Okay.
Philippi Dawson. Joseph Dixon.
Dawson out.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. We are resuming our docket. We're live streaming on YouTube channel, and the court is calling by Dawson, case number SP 1228993. This is a loudspeaker violation, also SP 1228971, same defendant, seatbelt violation.
Good morning once again.
Matters are set for pretrial today. Let me call all of them, Mr. Malafite, and then you
I do apologize. Thank you, Judge.
It's just more expeditious, I think.
Yes, Your Honor.
It's also calling Angela Dortch. Angela Dortch, case number C. Well, first of all, Mr.
I'm sorry, there's a lot of noise.
Who's causing that?
Okay.
Would you please, ladies and gentlemen, mute your devices unless I ask you to unmute to say your name so that we don't get all that background. Okay, so I'm asking Mr. Philippi Dawson to please identify himself. If you're in the courtroom, sir, please say your name for the record.
Felipe Dawson.
Thank you, Mr. Dawson. The court is also calling Angela Dortch, case number C 4500841. The charge is trespassing. If Angela Dortch is in the courtroom, please say your name for the record.
Angela Dortch.
Thank you. And the court is calling Xavier Dunning. Xavier Dunning, case number SP 1215172. The charge is driver's license suspended. Mr. Xavier Dunning, if you're in the virtual courtroom, please say your name for the record. Xavier Dunning.
For some reason, he just left, Judge. I don't know what happened.
All right, then Joseph Dixon. Joseph Dixon, case number SP 119907113. Joseph Michael Dixon. The charge is, now this you're going to have to help me with. Something about a limousine, I believe. MRTMA.
No, Judge, that's a marijuana. That's a marijuana. I forget the term. It's possession, but it's movement and possession. Like there's a certain amount you're supposed to not have at any given time.
Okay. Okay. Well, I want Mr. Dixon to be clear on what he's being charged
I
with.
can read the ticket, Your Honor.
Okay, please.
It's consuming marijuana while operating motor vehicle, motorboat, or ORV.
Okay, and the LIM, was he in a limousine, or does that not, is that not the abbreviation for limousine?
I do not know, Your Honor.
Okay,
It's not.
so he was consuming marijuana while in a vehicle or boat.
That's what they're alleging. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Joseph Dixon, are you in the virtual courtroom?
Yes, ma'am.
And Your Honor, Mr. Dunning is back.
Please say your name for the record. Thank you. Please say your name for the record.
Joseph Dixon.
Xavier Dunn.
All right, and Mr. Xavier Dunning, please say your name for the record.
Xavier Dunn. I'm sorry.
Thank you. Now, who is it? Mr. Dunning?
Yeah, he muted.
Okay, I'm trying. Okay, thank
I
you.
think he's at
All
work,
right.
and so it's obviously
Mr.
busy spots.
Malafide, your representation, sir.
And good morning, Your Honor. Tim Malafide, on behalf of all named defendants. Your Honor, at this time, we'd be continuing our plea of not guilty and asking for bench trial dates.
All right, the court is entering not guilty pleas for each of the defendants named. Your trial date is June 15, 2022 at 8:30 in the morning. It will be a bench trial. The court is also giving each of you a personal bond, meaning you don't have to pay any money, but you must return on June 15 at 8:30 in the morning for your bench trial. Are there any questions? Ms. Angela Dortch. Any
Yes, ma'am, I had it. I thank you, Your Honor, for entering that plea, but I also had another court date for today regarding some
Was
ticket.
this court? Mr. Malafide, do you know anything about that?
No,
that
Your
was
Honor,
ticket.
I'm sorry.
Pardon?
That was for some tickets that I owed.
Are they civil infractions? Madam Clerk, can you check? Ms. Dortch, you stay on for a minute and we'll see if we can look at that for you. Any
Okay.
questions, Mr. Dunning?
No, ma'am.
All right, sir, you may disconnect. Mr. Dawson, Philippi Dawson, any questions, sir?
Yes, I have another loudspeaker ticket that I was told would be introduced into court today, but I didn't hear anything about it. I'm not sure if it did or not.
I did mention one loudspeaker. You have another loudspeaker violation?
Yes.
Okay, I don't know anything about that. Mr. Dunning, Madam Clerk, do you want them to just stay on the line or to call you back after 12? I'm sorry. Mr.
I'm
Dortch,
sorry.
Ms. Dortch and Mr. Dunning, they think they have additional matters.
Dawson,
No,
Judge.
Mr. Dawson.
I mean,
Dawson,
Dawson.
Mr. Dawson.
So for Mr. Dawson, that second loudspeaker has not been introduced. I only have the one and the one speeding ticket for him and the seatbelt. For Miss Dortch, there is a ticket that she owes money on that was set for a review yesterday. So there's just money owed on that.
For Ms.
Can
Dortch.
can you tell me how much that is? Because I can take care of that this
It was
afternoon.
$413.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so Ms. Dortch, if you're clear, you may disconnect from the hearing. Mr. Dawson, your ticket,
Yeah.
ticket has not been entered into the system. I don't know when you received it, but
Okay.
might-
I received it a couple weeks after
this one,
after I got this one. But if that was not in the system, I heard you say a speeding ticket. Is it a court date for the speeding ticket?
I don't know, sir. You need to, Mr. Dawson, do you know how to look
don't know
on the
how.
website? You don't know how to look?
I don't know how to set the court dates for it. I don't know how.
No.
Mr. Dawson, I'll call you after court. We have your number, correct?
313?
No, sir. No.
No.
Text it. Put it inside of the chat. Don't put it on YouTube.
Yeah,
Let
I
me
don't
give
know
you
how
my
to do that either.
number.
I have his
I'll
number,
give you my
Madam
number to
Clerk.
court.
I have
You
it.
have it, Madam
Yes, I
Court
do.
Reporter?
I do.
Okay, I have your number. I'll call you, Mr. Dawson.
Okay.
Right, sir.
So other than that, my court date is June 15th, 8:30.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay, Mr.
Thank
Dawson, you may disconnect. And Mr. Dixon, did you have any questions?
Yes, ma'am. I want to see if I can get a sooner court date.
I don't know. Unlikely. Why, Mr. Dixon, the 15th is not a good date for you?
I want to try to get the case over as soon as possible. It just been hovering over my head.
Madam Clerk, is there any earlier date for Mr. Dixon?
I'm looking, Your Honor. I can do April 29th.
Okay.
That more helpful, Mr. Dixon?
Yes, ma'am.
April 29 then, sir. Still at 8:30 in the morning and still Zoom.
Okay.
Okay. You may disconnect. You may disconnect from the hearing.
All right.
Now, Mr. Malafite, is Dwayne Dickerson ready? So we're going to bring in Dwayne Dickerson.
We have a DeJuan Dickerson, and yes, Judge, that is ready.
Oh, DeJuan, okay.
Yes.
Case number. Let me see, it's Mr. Dickerson.
Hold on, I'm gonna see if I.
Madam Clerk, can we let in Mr. DeJuan Dickerson?
Yes, Your Honor.
Stefan, did we confirm Ms. Dooling's stuff? Is that gonna be dismissal or no?
No, I was trying to get some other documentation. I was trying to figure out this document that she submitted and I was trying to cross-check it with something. So I haven't gotten that yet. Give me a minute.
Okay,
Okay.
okay, we still got time.
I'll be looking for a date. I sent an email regarding Mr. Rowley. And
Yeah.
you're gonna email and I'm gonna look for a date so I can put it on my calendar, okay?
Okay,
Thank you.
All right,
Thank you.
we're still streaming on the YouTube channel. And the court is calling DeJuan Dickerson, case number SP 119-42871. DeJuan Dickerson, driver license suspended. Now to the same ticket, no insurance. Mr. DeJuan Dickerson, if you're in the virtual courtroom, please say your name for the record.
DeJuan Dickerson.
And who's representing Mr. Dickerson?
Tim Malafide on behalf of Mr. Dickerson, Your Honor, there have been recommendations put forth to dismiss these matters for compliance. We would stipulate the probable cause.
All right, so ordered these matters are dismissed. Madam Clerk, any mandatory reinstatement fees?
I don't believe so, Your Honor, but let me make sure. No, Your Honor.
All right, then, Mr. Dickerson, you may disconnect from the hearing unless
Okay,
you have
thank you.
questions.
No,
Okay, sir,
no,
your
Your Honor.
matters are dismissed. Thank you.
Thank you, Your
First-
Honor. You have a good day.
Thank you, sir. You too. Kimberly Dixon. Can we bring in Miss Kimberly Dixon? Let me see.
Cheers.
Okay, Miss Dixon's.
That's our review, Judge.
Okay, sir. I'm just looking for her. Now, it was,
This, Your Honor,
okay, is she, okay, let me look.
at 8:45.
Okay, Miss Dixon, SP 774-4961. Kimberly Dixon, the charge is no operator's license on person. This matter was previously adjudicated and is scheduled for show cause today. Miss Kimberly Dixon, if you're in the virtual courtroom, please say your name for the record.
Unmute, ma'am.
Kimberly Dixon.
Thank you, Miss Dixon. And this is a review date for you, Miss Dixon. This matter was previously adjudicated. Mr. Malafite, your representation for Miss Dickerson.
Tim Malafide. Yeah. Tim Malafide on behalf of Ms. Dixon. Ms. Dixon, yes, it appears that you already have pled on this. You simply owe the court money. Judge, how much is our amount?
$95, I believe, Madam Clerk.
Okay.
Are you aware of that, Ms. Dixon?
Yes.
Are you able to pay that $95?
As soon as I get my disability check.
Okay, when would that be? If I get, do you know?
The third is on a weekend this time, so the first is gonna come on the first.
Okay, so if we give you 15 days, is that gonna cover it?
Yes, it will cover it. It will cover the cost, Judge. Yes, I'll pay the cost.
Okay, so 15 days, but maybe we better make an additional 30 days just to be sure.
Thank you, Judge.
So we
Okay.
give you additional 30 days to pay, but as soon as you can,
Okay.
that
Thank you.
$95. Okay. All right, ma'am. You may disconnect.
Okay. Thank you, Judge. Have a good day.
You're welcome. Now, I think, are we ready for Marcus Roker? Marcus Roker? Or you have some?
Yes, I believe so, Judge.
Oh, you also have Jermaine Rawling.
Yes, there are a few, but there's no. Yeah, it's fine.
Marcus Roker.
Sure.
Mr. Roker, are you connected by telephone only, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Let me call your case number. Case number SP 703-2801. Marcus Deshaun Roker, no operator's license on person. Mr. Roker, please say your name for the record.
Marcus Deshaun Rooker.
Thank you, Mr. Rooker. All right, who's representing Mr. Rooker?
Tim Malafide, on behalf of Mr. Rooker, Your Honor, there have been representations put forth. We'd like to take advantage of those representations.
And that representation is that Mr. Rooker is going to plead today to no operator's license on person. What representation are you talking about? I'm
sorry, Judge, and I meant to say recommendation. If I'm not mistaken, Your Honor, I believe that it was going to be reduced down to an FTD.
To a
failure to display, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor.
Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, Mr. Rooker, you've heard the representation of lawyer. Are you in agreement with that representation?
Yes, ma'am.
And sir, do you understand your right to a trial?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Rooker, if you were to have a trial, it would normally take place inside the 36th District Court in person. But because of the pandemic, the courthouse is closed to the public. And so you have agreed to participate on the Zoom technology today. Is that right?
Yes.
Mr. Rooker, did you have an opportunity to speak to the attorney about all of your rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, did anyone threaten you, force you, or promise you anything in exchange for your plea?
No, ma'am.
Mr. Rooker, are you pleading guilty of your own free will?
Yes.
And sir, are you pleading guilty because you are actually guilty?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you understand that by pleading guilty, you will be waiving or giving up your right to a trial?
Yes.
Sir, knowing that you're giving up your right to a trial, you wish to go forward with a guilty plea. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, Mr. Rooker, since you are connected by telephone only, I cannot see you and you cannot see me, but I am raising my right hand. I'm going to ask you wherever you are to raise your right hand so that I can swear you in. Is your right hand raised, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give is the truth to the best of your knowledge and belief?
Yes, ma'am.
So you may lower your hand, Mr. Rooker. On the date, the time, and the location indicated in the ticket ending in 32801, were you driving a motor vehicle in the city of Detroit?
Yes.
Were you stopped by a police officer?
Yes.
Did that officer ask you for a valid driver's license?
Yes.
Did you have a valid driver's license on your person?
No, ma'am.
Satisfied, Judge.
Are you satisfied? All right, the court will accept the guilty plea, being satisfied with the factual basis. We will also accept the recommendation to amend the charge to failure to display That is a 0-point offense. However, the fine is going to be $240. $45 is a mandatory reinstatement fee, a total of $285. Mr. Rooker, 30 days is the time frame for payment of that fine and costs. Are you able to pay that amount in 30 days?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, sir, we'll give you 30 days to pay, and you can pay that online. 36districtcourt.org, the DivDat app, or at the kiosk in the lobby of the courthouse. Any questions, Mr. Rooker?
Is that it for me? Do I have to pay a reinstatement fee or anything else?
I included that reinstatement fee, so that's where that that additional money comes. So that's total $285, including your reinstatement fee.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. You may disconnect from the hearing. Now, Mr. Malafite, the last person that I have is Amy Dooling. And
you should still have, I think he's still trying to figure that out, Judge. You should still have Giselle Rivera. That's a not guilty plea.
Okay, it's going to be what now?
Not guilty plea for now, Judge. You're set for a pre-trial or trial date as the court sees fit.
Okay, can we bring in Ms. Rivera? Thank you. And the case number is SP 11134431. Giselle Rivera, driver's license never acquired. This is the date and time for arraignment on the bench warrant.
Tim Malafide, on behalf of Ms. Rivera, Judge, we'd waive the formal reading, stand mute. Ms. Rivera, please state your name for the record.
My name is Giselle Rivera.
All right, Ms. Rivera, are you able to connect with a video camera?
Hang on one second.
Thank you.
Your Honor.
Right. Yes, sir.
I believe I don't think they were read into the record, but I believe Madam Clerk did find some other tickets that are not listed today on the alpha for Ms. Rivera. When she comes back, we're going to try and consolidate those matters.
Okay. Ms. Rivera, how old are you?
I'm 24.
Are you?
Yes.
12.
Pardon me?
You look 12.
Oh, and I look pretty.
Do. All right, Ms. Rivera. So we're going to enter a not guilty plea. Is that right, Mr. Malafite?
That's accurate, Judge. Yes.
And are we giving Ms. Rivera a pre-trial date or trial date?
I think a pre-trial date would be best in this case, Judge.
All right, Ms. Rivera, then the pre-trial date will be, I believe that's going to be the 8th of June, 2022 at 8:30 in the morning, Ms. Rivera.
8:30.
June 8th.
Okay.
8:30 in the morning, we'll give you a personal bond. It means you don't have to pay any money, but you must return on June 8th. Any questions, Ms. Rivera?
No, I don't.
You may disconnect from the hearing. We'll see you on June 8th. Mr. Malafite, we still have Mr. Rolling, and that's going to be
yes, that's going to be an adjournment, but yes, we can do that one as well. Yes, Your Honor.
Bring out Mr. Jermaine.
You're all set, Ms. Rivera.
Okay, thank you. You guys have a nice day.
Thank you. Jermaine Rolling. Mr. Rolling's in room 1. Case number SP 116-60011. Jermaine Dwayne Rolling license. Also SP 116-59921. Same defendant speeding 21 to 25 miles over the speed limit. Count 2 of that same ticket, no proof of insurance. And SP 703-2801, no operator's license. Oh no, I'm sorry, strike the last one. Mr. Rolling only has 3 matters. And those have all been read into the record. If Mr. Rowling is in the virtual courtroom, please say your name for the record.
Jermaine Rowling.
Thank you. And Mr. Malafite, your representation for Mr. Rowling.
Good morning once again, Your Honor. Tim Malafite on behalf of Mr. Rowling. Your Honor, today is the date and time set for trial in this matter. Officer Bennett, Corporal Bennett rather, was present in this matter. Judge, at this time, the defense is requesting an adjournment for this matter. Mr. Rowling is going to take care of a few things that the prosecutor has asked him to do and will be returning. I don't know if we are going to keep the same trial date we were asking for before, but I know that everybody has, the prosecutor had made representations that that was acceptable to them as well as to Corporal Bennett. So Judge, I guess we would just ask for another trial date.
Okay, and I want Mr. Rowling to be clear that my understanding is you are going to take a driver's improvement class.
Yes.
And that information is going to be given to the prosecutor when you come back, and that will affect the offer that the prosecutor is able to make for you. So you're clear on that, Mr. Rowling?
Yes.
And you know that that's an online course.
Yes.
Certified driver's improvement class. All right, sir. So Madam Clerk, are we going to give him the June 15 date for that compliance or something else?
We usually give them about 30 days to complete it.
Okay, so that would be April 25th.
And I believe I can do that day, so let me make sure.
In the meantime, Mr. Rowling, please do me a favor, and could you please put an email address inside of the chat for me? I have to send some information to you as well as connect you to the prosecutor so that you can turn that stuff in when the time comes.
How I was supposed to do that?
If you go and touch the bottom of your screen, you will see down in some of the functions, there's something marked chat. Please hit that, then enter it into there.
Chat. Okay. And then you want me to send my email?
To me, yes, sir. Or you can just put it on the chat, it's fine.
Okay, so the date I'm getting Mr. Rowling for you is April 11. So if you have this done by April 11, sir, we will be able to take care of this sooner for you, okay?
Oh, okay.
All right. All right. And Mr. Malafite, Mr. Rowling has put his information in the chat.
I'm copying it down as we speak, Judge.
Okay, if there's nothing else, Mr. Rowling, you may disconnect from the hearing. We'll see you on April 11.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. You may disconnect. The only person I see left is Amy Dooling.
Yeah, and I'm hoping that Mr. Morgan has been satisfied with the documentation, but I am not certain. Dawn, did he supply anything?
He did not, and he has not come back.
Oh dear.
So
Let me see if I can text him.
Is she here for a pre-trial?
That's an excellent question, Judge. I think that it's an arraignment, but I could be wrong. Let's take a look.
It's a pre-trial.
Thank you.
Right.
Yeah, Judge, I am very keen on making sure that this gets done because I'm sure you're aware of this. What happens, unfortunately, a lot of times with allowing a licensed driver to drive tickets is the person that is being accused of it is not aware of it until after it goes into warrant status. I believe that's the case with Ms. Dooling here. So that right now this is a physical handicap on her license, and so it's very important that we try to clear it up.
Okay, so what we can do is exit the live stream and see if we can